Have you ever raged in a game? Like rage, break something, throw something, then regret it afterwards? Or are you one of those casual gamers that play for fun? Do you take gaming seriously or just something to pass the time? Well, I am here to kinda give you some insight on some gaming etiquettes that I remind myself every time I play to lessen the negative impacts of gaming on my schedule and interaction with people around me. Let us start with me flexing. I have 600 hours in Warframe, around 1000 hours in Skyrim, and I also have numerous roguelites and MOBAs that I play, although not as much. Please don't flame me if you have a higher playtime than me on these games. I'm just trying to prove some points. And to support my claim, here are other pictures of my friends' ridiculous playtimes in various games. Let us just say that I take my time in playing my games, and I get a little bit of compromised schedules here and there. This may sound cliche, but not gonna lie, as a person of developing age, this is not a good thing for me. As you may have heard from what I said earlier, I might even sound like a gaming addict at this point. This past pandemic didn't even help. With me having all these times in my hands, basically my leisure time is the whole day. Transitioning from whole day gaming due to vacations and to online classes is hard to do. The temptations of playing my games instead of doing my workload is high, and I am inclined to do this vid to kind of help myself fix the problems that arose from my broken schedule and to help those that can relate to me. Gaming is considered one of the most time-consuming hobbies. Some games take up most of one's schedule and that can lead to compromises. Personally, as a high school student with relatively more free time than other people with jobs, I use them for gaming. Each day, I spend around 6 to 10 hours sitting on my laptop either playing or managing my games. So every day, I spend around 25 to 30% of my day in front of a screen playing games. And due to online classes, I am facing a screen the whole day, either playing games or doing school requirements. Game developers often implement systems that greatly benefit those that log in daily or play often, and in turn, people are more inclined to spend most of their leisure time playing those said games. This system is what makes people that have very low discipline, or rather just people with a lot of time their hands, develop addiction. Logging in the game and doing the dailies become part of that person's times, especially in grindy games. Personally, I spent around an hour doing my daily missions in Warframe, and my friends who play Genshin take around 30 minutes doing their dailies in a single account. And they have a lot of accounts. I remember during the peak of Genshin, every time I log on in Discord, there will be this one dude in the activity bar that always says they're playing Genshin. I think it is kind of common for games today to have around 50 to 100 hours of playtime. Or maybe those are just the games that were recommended to me. But anyways, game developers nowadays make their games long, makes their players play their game more often. They either do this by making certain items can only be get by logging on in a certain amount of days, or by making the drop rates ridiculously low. The term for this are called grindy games. You grind and grind and grind and grind and grind and farm and grind some more to play the game. That's it. Some other games have higher replayability, which encourage the players to replay the game multiple times to fully enjoy the game. This is common with story games that have branching storylines, which encourages a player to replay it again and again if they want to know each side of the story. I personally have some problems with long kinds of games since I take my time in enjoying the game. I read the manuals thoroughly, I think in the scenery, enjoy the lore, etc. The recommended hours of playtime to finish one game? Double that, and that will be my playthrough time. Do I enjoy it though? Well, yeah, I play games for fun and pass my time. I have fun while playing games. But sometimes I really just need to manage my time in playing games, which leads me to the tips I will give for this segment. Play on a schedule. This sounds bad for those that are used to playing long hours of gaming, but it legitimately helps. Playing for long hours of time will put some strain in your body, especially when you have a bad posture. It may or will make you forget other things that you planned ahead of time, like schedules and stuff. But play with a schedule or maybe just allocate time for your playtimes. Personally, so I won't forget anything that I planned whenever I'm gaming, I put a cork board at my desk where I put post-its that will give me constant reminders of what to do. Maybe you can also do it. I have this pretty useful technique that I did back during middle school. I call it the 8-hour technique. I allocate 8 hours for gaming and other stuff to do like exercise, chores, and other normal person stuff. Then another 8 hours for studying where I lock my gaming stuff on one room so I can focus on reading my modules and stuff. The next of course is 8 hours of sleep. This technique may not work for others as they did for me because people live in vastly different lifestyles. What will I recommend for you is to just find yourself a comfortable schedule where you can freely do anything you want to do, but you need something for that to happen. Be disciplined. What you will do with a pretty good tailor-made schedule just for you if you won't follow it. Let's make that 8-hour technique I said earlier as an example. I cannot do it without even a smudge of discipline. Imagine playing for a long time, then just hard cut to an equally long time of studying. What if I played for longer than 8 hours? What if I slept for more than 8 hours? Well, exceeding hours will be deducted to next day's playtime. I lived with this schedule for 10 whole months before I burnt out. And yes, it is very tiring and monotonous. But I made some sacrifices and will be very disciplined to kinda make it work. We have varying disciplines in life. It depends on the mentality of the person, the environment, both peers and literal surroundings. I have a fairly average Asian household, so you can expect lots of typical Asian things like chores and stuff. But I made some compromises or negotiations with my parents so that my schedule is properly kept. But all in all, my tip is just to stick to one thing that you think is good for you, or ask your friends for their techniques or coping with gaming and doing schoolworks. Most people consider gaming as a waste of time, and there will be more hobbies that will help you become a better person or develop skills that will be helpful. I say to that, no! Is that I don't care. I have fun, and I believe in the saying of a time I enjoyed wasting is not wasted time. But just keep it in moderation, right?